COVID-19 pandemic, which first emerged in Wuhan, China in late 2019, has had a projected death toll of 1 million Chinese people and devastating impacts worldwide. But this case of mismanagement is nothing compared to its other dark past of deadly Chinese policies, ironically known as the Great Leap Forward. Click on the like button and subscribe for more sips of fascinating history. The Great Leap Forward, a tumultuous period in China's history from 1958 to 1962, stands as a stark reminder of the consequences of misguided economic policies and the tragic human cost that can result. Spearheaded by Communist Party chairman Mao Zedong, the initiative aimed to rapidly transform China into an industrialized nation and surpass the Western powers in economic development. However, the reality of the Great Leap Forward was far from its ambitious goals, as it led to one of the largest man-made disasters in history. The campaign's primary focus was on industrial development and agricultural collectivization. To bolster industry, Mao encouraged the establishment of small-scale rural factories to produce steel and other goods, often using primitive methods and repurposed farming equipment. Simultaneously, the government moved to consolidate agriculture by creating large communal farms, with peasants working together to grow crops, share resources, and distribute food. As the government pushed for its rapid industrialization, millions of farmers were diverted from their fields of work in steel production, leading to a decline in agricultural output. To reach these lofty goals, the government set unrealistic production targets and encouraged intense competition among provinces and communes. In an attempt to meet and surpass the targets, local officials often inflated production figures, which led to a lack of accurate information on actual output levels. This distortion of data further exacerbated the ensuing crisis. The small, rural factories produced low-quality steel that was often unusable for construction or manufacturing. As a result, valuable resources and labour were wasted. The situation in agriculture was even more dire. The policies of forced collectivization, combined with the removal of farmers from their fields to work in the steel industry, led to a decline in agricultural productivity. Furthermore, the government's insistence on following unscientific farming practices such as deep ploughing and close planting negatively impacted crop yields. As China's agricultural output plummeted, the country faced widespread food shortages. Compounding the issue, the government continued to export grain based on inflated production numbers, further depleting domestic food supplies. The resulting famine was devastating, causing the deaths of an estimated 15 to 45 million people from starvation, disease, and overwork. The scale of the tragedy was immense, with entire villages perishing and families resorting to desperate measures to survive, including selling their children or even cases of cannibalism. Would you sell your children or eat another human under these desperate measures? Comment below and subscribe to History Tea Time for more sips of fascinating history. The human cost of the Great Leap Forward was immense, not only in terms of lives lost, but also in the long-lasting trauma and suffering experienced by survivors. The tragedy of this period serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of misguided policies, the importance of accurate information, and the need for evidence-based decision-making to prevent such catastrophes from happening again. The top-down approach employed during the campaign stifled local innovation and ignored the expertise of farmers and workers. The lack of accurate information on production levels, combined with the government's refusal to acknowledge or address the emerging crisis, only served to worsen the situation. Moreover, the tragedy of the Great Leap Forward reveals the human cost of political dogmatism and the consequences of pursuing rapid development at any cost. The millions of lives lost during the famine stand as a testament to the perils of prioritizing ideology over practical solutions and ignoring the welfare of the people. In the years following the failures of the Great Leap Forward, China's approach to economic development underwent significant changes. The government shifted its focus to more gradual and pragmatic policies, eventually leading to the market-oriented reforms of the late 20th century. Despite Mao's humongous policy failure, he is still widely venerated to this day in China. In fact, if you visit Beijing's Forbidden City today, you can still see his large portrait hanging in Tiananmen Square. On May 23, 1989, during the Tiananmen incident, protesters even threw eggs at Mao's portrait in an attempt to defame Mao and end the cult of personality. In fact, the current ruling Chinese Communist Party has adopted the 70-30 formula to explain his legacy in history textbooks. 70% good, 30% bad. After his death, his successor, Deng Xiaoping, instituted widespread market-oriented reforms to revive China's failing economy. The decollectivization of agriculture was a major step in increasing efficiency and preventing the horrors of famine. The establishment of special economic zones where Western investment was permitted helped integrate China with the world economy. Eventually, even industry was privatized and price controls were removed. The great economic dividends of these measures ultimately justified them. While still communist in name, state-driven capitalism had paved the way for China's great success. As Deng Xiaoping said, "It doesn't matter whether a cat is black or white. If it catches mice, it's a good cat." The lessons learned from the Great Leap Forward continue to be relevant today. Policymakers and leaders must remain vigilant, prioritizing the welfare of their citizens, fostering innovation, and embracing evidence-based strategies to ensure that the tragic mistakes of the past are not repeated. In this way, the Great Leap Forward can serve as a powerful cautionary tale, inspiring future generations to pursue more thoughtful, inclusive, and sustainable paths to progress. Before leaving, don't forget to click on the like and subscribe buttons and share this little sip of fascinating history with your friends.